All right, welcome back. If you went with us into the break, for those that are just joining us, welcome on board Morning at NTV. We are now going into our very last discussion, and it's one that is both interesting and eye-opening. Infertility. What do you know about infertility? Within some of our settings here in Africa, the inability to conceive or show signs that you are in marriage many times is considered so. We have so many misconceptions around infertility. So many people choose to take and believe what they've been told, either skewed on the traditional hand or something that could be as a result of misinformation or getting too much information and you're failing to make any sense out of it, especially that which is conventional. But with us here is Dr. Patrick Pili. Dr. Patrick Pili is a fertility specialist and a gynecologist at Bethany Women and Family Hospital. He's going to be helping us answer very critical questions. So if you were planning to step into the lobby and begin work, pay a little bit more attention. If you need a cup of coffee, please do, so that we can understand what fertility is and also debunk the misconceptions around it. Welcome to the program.
Thank you, Chris.
Very timely indeed.
Oh, I'm happy to be here to discuss this important topic.
I am also one of the people who fall into the bracket I've just described. I've fallen victim to misconceptions about fertility and infertility. There are things I've believed, there are things I've refused to believe. But just take us through what this is.
So I want to talk about three critical areas in this few minutes we are together. One is the meaning of infertility as we know it, the management options or the treatment options, and then what does society have to do with the management of infertility. So to begin with, most of us know that infertility is failure to conceive after 1 year of trying. But then let's put this into context. What is 1 year and what is trying? You see, many people consider 1 year to be January to December.
That's the calendar year.
Yes, that's a calendar year. But let me paint for you a picture. Let's say Chris and John get wedded today. They go, NTV is generous enough and gives them a honeymoon for 1 month. They go for a honeymoon. So after 1 month, they come back to office. The following month, Chris gets a family emergency and spends the whole month maybe covering a program in Soroti. That month is gone, no nyege nyege. The following, in Feb or in March, the wife gets a problem and she is not available. Those are 2 months gone. So you only had the opportunity to meet generously during the time of honeymoon. 2 months later, you are skipping the days. So this goes on in our lives. We go on, office work happens, family problems happen. So in a year of 12 months, you might find you are actually trying 3 or 4 times. This happens in our lives. So many times when society says 2 people are together for a span of 6 months, they start being on your case. They want to see results. But these 2 people have actually tried maybe 2 times in this span of 6 months.
Wow.
So the definition of infertility as we know it is still probably rooted in the 19th century of 12 months, where people think it is January to December. No, the definition should only be by the people who are trying. And what does trying mean? Trying actually means the 2 of you are intentionally engaging in the act of looking for a child. It is only the 2 of them who are in that bedroom who know what they are doing. It is not the neighbors who know. So getting pregnant actually is a 5-day window Chris.
A 5-day window.
It's not a full month window. Even if you met with your partner for the 30 days in a month, you have only a 5-day window. Because in those 5 days is when the window of opportunity opens. What we call the cervical mucus changes, or the cervix allows the sperms to be able to go inside.
That is right.
And the sperms stay alive for about those days. The egg only stays alive for about 24 hours. So you have a 5-day window when you can only try.
Conceive.
And in those 5 days,
you again have to be...
Yes. The opportunity still is only 20%. Many people think when I meet with my wife, it's 100% I need to conceive. I have couples who fly in from outside the country. They say, I'm going to...
I'll be coming over for the weekend. And,
yes.
They think everything is going to...
pan out, but it is only 15 to 20% chance.
Wait a minute, let's contextualize it pretty perfectly, and I'm glad we have some bit of time on us, and we have to localize this and bring it home. You've said out of 30 days, the window of opportunity is within 5.
Yes.
Even in those 5 days, the chances are as low as 20%.
Yes.
So there's a possibility that there are people who are engaging in the other 25 days where nothing is going to happen, and they are confident something is going to happen.
Exactly.
Wasting time.
Yes.
Just having pleasure.
Of course, there is bonding, but
yeah.
So in the 25 days or so, you don't have an opportunity. You only have the 5 days.
Yeah.
When,
those are for bonding.
Yes. So in the 5 days, if you have taken a quarrel, if you are not in good terms with your partner, your office work is on your case, you have missed the opportunity, and the month goes. But the whole world behind you is asking, is Chris's wife vomiting? Is he taking mangoes? So that is the reality of what is happening. Then the next thing, that is the definition. So the definition of infertility is not January to December. It can be 1 year in 3 years.
Yeah.
Because I can be meeting with my partner maybe every quarter. I am coming every quarter. They don't count every quarter as 1 year. Those are 4 times in a year.
What I also deduct from your submission is the fact that even if you are living together on a daily basis,
yes,
but choose to engage less within the 5 days that are the window of opportunity, you could go for a whole year and you have nothing to show in terms of a conception.
True.
And that is knowledge that people need to have. Go ahead.
Yes. So the next part is, what are the management options? I mean, when you finally, people come on board and say, we have tried, we think the two of us, myself and my wife, have tried adequate for the 1 year of our trying, the 12th month that we have chosen, but there is nothing happening. Then they come for what we call a diagnosis.
Yeah.
To find out what exactly.
Where the problem is.
Yes. Now, the point I want to bring here is on the side of men, there is lack of leadership, Chris.
Lack of leadership.
On the side of men. We see women who come to hospital alone. The husband says, go and check out. I have a son in Soroti. I have a child in Arua.
So the problem is you.
So the problem is you. So the apportioning, blame apportioning starts.
Yeah.
So the husband sends the wife to the hospital alone. I applaud men who come with their partners. It becomes very easy. When men are a little bit more logical, so the discussion moves very fast and the decision making is short.
No, you should say men are less emotional. When
yes.
you say more logical, you're throwing judgment.
Okay, yes, they are less emotional.
Yeah, less emotional.
So, but many times the woman comes alone, runs tests. But it's unfortunate that the woman sometimes doesn't make the decision, so picks a phone, calls the husband.
That's right.
Now the husband wants to engage you on phone, but I don't even know the person I'm talking to. So many times it becomes tricky to engage the husband on
the
phone.
call could be going on as you're being taken into a session by your boss.
Yes.
And your wife is in hospital, so you have to again...
Yes. So the inadequate leadership on the side of men is causing so many trouble for us. So we urge the men to come with their partners so that the decision making is sought. And this is funny, Chris, I can tell you, the wife comes back with the results at home and the husband asks, so what did the doctor say? If for one reason or another there is a problem, the woman says, you didn't give me enough money. So they throw in the emotion.
That emotional
card.
Thing begins.
Money was not enough.
Yeah.
The results are here. You look at them. So communication stops.
Yet that is the point where it should be very, very effective and forthcoming.
Yes. So now they will take another 1 month or so. They are not talking about the results.
Not even reconnecting.
Yes.
No one wants to know.
Otherwise, the management options are very clear. We either, sometimes we just give advice. We count your days, and some people think every woman can conceive on day 14. You know, probably you must have heard of day 14.
Day 14, when
yes,
people
when
are
they
really looking at that.
Yes, ovulation window. We have apps, but not everyone has day 14. Some women have day 10, some women have day 9 when they are able to conceive. So we give medications, we give simple advice, we can give tablets to balance the hormones here and there. And many times, Chris, people think infertility treatment is about IVF. When two people are not getting pregnant, they say, no, those guys are expensive. The only treatment available is IVF. No. IVF is like 1% of what we do. Majority of the things we do are not. Does not involve IVF.
Dr. Pili, the communicator in me is very insistent on ensuring that this particular message comes through exactly how it's supposed to. When there are people who seek treatment for apparent perceived infertility,
yes,
when the issues that they must pay attention to are simply how they relate and their knowledge of these days and the workings. Okay? So you can, 3 years down the road, you could be grappling with this condition and thinking you are actually infertile as a woman or infertile as a man. Yet, what you're not paying attention to is the window of opportunity that you have for your wife to conceive, or the psychological and emotional environment within which you two are operating as a couple. Simple stuff.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Then, expounding more on the treatment options. We know many people look at IVF as quite costly, so they don't even seek care.
What is IVF?
IVF is in vitro fertilization. In vitro fertilization means fertilizing the egg outside the body. Ordinarily, for you and your wife to have a child, you need the male gamete, which is the sperm, to meet the female gamete, which is the egg, within the woman's reproductive system. Then a baby grows.
A baby grows.
But
IVF does that outside of...
Yes, IVF is some kind of preparing the baby on a nursery bed and then transferring it back into the lady for it to grow.
For it to grow.
Yes, so many people consider fertility as IVF, but no, what I can say categorically here is there are so many other treatment options which are not IVF, and close to 80% of people get pregnant without IVF. So please, don't feel sad, come, we discuss. And that brings me to the other segment of...
Very quickly, we are running out.
Yes, where does society come? I want to tell this to the rest of the people listening. Unless you are helping the couple or you want to give them support, it is not your business.
There you have it. It's not your business.
Because society can make couples lose
focus.
They become less confident. They feel like they are not humans in society. So unless, Chris, people are willing to help, people are saying, I have somebody I want to direct you to, please don't join the neo communication in the corridors. In offices, in NTV here, I know if a couple has gone out and they are not conceiving, there is corridor news.
That's not my business.
But let the couple engage the health system to fight the journey. And finally, the people outside there, the centers are here in this country.
They are here in the country.
There's
one at Bethany Women and Family
Hospital. And you can find us in our branches in Entebbe, in Luzira, and now we have a new branch in Arua.
Okay.
Yes.
Dr. Patrick Pili, thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
I've loved the structure of this particular conversation. It has not been the typical discussion of moderation. Why? The issue is very pertinent, but you've explained it so ably, and I'm sure that anybody out there who's been grappling with anxiety and some stresses with regard to conception and giving birth, conceiving a baby, you have all the options available. Calm down, relate properly, but most importantly, seek knowledge. There is a 5-day window. You might be wasting a lot of time in the 25 and doing the bonding and the fun of it and expecting that things will come out of it.